Good morning everyone, it's Amy and I'm here to show you how I do the textured box tops that I did for Sonia's 55 subby challenge for the box I made for her and for the box that I made for Aunt Beck's Creations for Sonia's Secret Swap. So I had a few people ask me how I do this, and so I'm going to show you how I do it. This is just a card box that I have, and it had Hallmark cards in it for Christmas a couple years ago, and I saved the box because it was cute, but I always have to change everything, so that's what we're going to do. I'm going to show you how I texture the top of this box, and then we'll decorate the sides of it later. What I use to decorate the tops is, this is all-purpose joint compound. Now I don't know what they call it in other countries, but basically when you put sheetrock or drywall up on your walls, this is what you use to fill in the screw holes and the gaps between them where you put the tape. So you can get this at any hardware store. And when you open it up, it's a plaster of sorts. And this is what I use for my box tops. Now they have lighter ones, and I bought some and I haven't tried it yet, because I like the weight of the box tops that I make. So this is my go-to, what I use, and it's really simple. You just take the drywall compound and you just spread it on your box. This box has a paper covering, so there's no need to do any kind of, I don't do any kind of getting it ready. I don't gesso it or anything. If this would have been real shiny, or some kind of a plastic or something, then I would have used some gesso, and so that this would have something to stick to. But this is made to stick to paper, and so it sticks really well to your box tops. Most of the time I make my own box just out of old chipboard. Comes off of cereal boxes or calendars or something like that, and I just make my own box. But this is just really easy to do, and you just cover the whole thing. I like to cover it with a nice heavy layer, and it can crack, and if it cracks a lot after it's dry, you can go in and just put a little bit more on the cracked spaces, because I do not try and make this like all smooth. I don't want it all smooth. To go in and add some later does not detract from what you've already done. If they're small cracks, I just fill it in when I paint it. So I have the whole box top covered now, and so then I just kind of go in and put in the type of texture that I think I want on the top of that box. And I like to have like this kind of swirly few points. You don't want really high points because this is a plaster, so if you have really thin high points, they can chip. I do smooth my sides down a little bit because I like to add sometimes a little bit of some kind of a pearl string, and that just gives it a little bit of an extra layer. So just smooth the sides down. Make sure that you've got your edges all the way to the bottom. And the one thing about this joint compound, it is a plaster. Don't take your hands like this and go wash them in your sink, which most of you probably already know. But just in case you don't want to rinse this down your sink. All I'm going to do is just take my box top and set it right on top of there. Just clean my hands off a little bit. And then I'm just going to, this is actually made with the same joint compound, the top of this lid, and then it has beads around the edges. And these are what I use to store my beads in. So I think I'm just going to go with this size pearl, and that looks like there we go. larger. I like that better. And anything that you want to put into your top, I normally do my tops with just an edging, not a lot on the top. I do all of my jars usually with something on the top, and you just put that in there while your drywall mud is still wet. Okay. I'm going to take that away. I'm going to set this right down on my nonstick mat. And then just take your beads and press them right into the drywall mud. And when this dries, they'll be held right in there. And then after you paint over top of it and you put your clear coat over top of it, everything winds up being really solid. I hope this is in screen. And that's it. That's how you cover it. And when this is all dry, I'll come back and show you what it looks like and how I paint it and what I do with it. Make sure that you get your seal on your lid real tight, or otherwise this dries out fairly fast. And I will be back again later to show you what we'll do next. But that's how you get your texture onto the box top. This actually will take 24 hours to dry well, so just leave it set, let it dry, and then you're ready to do all of your embellishments. Thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it. Sorry for all the ums. I know I do that. I'll have to work on that. And you all have an outstanding day. Thank you. Goodbye.